Hello folks, this is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball guessing game. I'm picking my numbers that are drawing on April 3rd, 2023. If you'd like to support my game Decoding the Powerball, then please go to my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Decoding the Powerball. Thank you, and please subscribe. Okay, so if you've never seen my videos before, the object of my game is for you to correctly eliminate groups of numbers. There are 69 white ball numbers in the Powerball lottery. Only 5 numbers can come up as winners, so that means 64 numbers can't come up at all. So for me, I think it should be easier to pick the numbers that won't be coming up than the 5 that actually do. Okay, with this video, I invite you to grab some paper and play along. Okay, so what you're looking at here is what I call the game card. This is where I try to eliminate the numbers and try to get it down to the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so you can see I have 5 colors on my game card. They are red, orange, green, blue, and purple. And these represent the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go to the Powerball homepage and find out what were those 5 white winning numbers. They were the 11, 19, 21, 29, and 52. And the Powerball number was the 17. But right now, I'm only concerned about these 5 white ball numbers. Okay, so I put those numbers at the top of this list. Again, they were the 11, 19, 21, 29, 52. And now I'm going to put some colors to it like I did here in the past. Okay, so I'm going to get the colors off of this game card, which is for April 1st. So I need to update the game card to the 4th. But before I do, I need to get the colors for these numbers. Okay, so the 11 was green, the 19 was red, the 21 was blue, the 29 was green, and the 52 was blue. Okay, so the 11 and 29 were both green, the 19 was red, and the 21 and 52 were both blue. Okay, so 3 out of the 5 colors came up. So I'm going to make this 231 color code drawings I kept track of so far. And now a 3-color combination has now come up 113 times. Okay, so you can see the 3-color combination comes up the most. And what that means to me is that 2 colors are not coming up the most. And that's what I want to focus on here. Okay, so again, the object of the game is to eliminate groups of numbers. So the strategy here is try to correctly guess what color group will not be coming up and eliminate those numbers off of my game card. Okay, so I need to update my game card to April 4th. So I'm going to get rid of all these colors and start from scratch. Okay, so my color code is right here. Here's the red numbers, the orange, green, blue, and whatever's left over is purple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer these 15 numbers in my red area over to the game card as red numbers. Again, it was the 11, 19, 21, 29, 52. The next line down is the 4, 9, 24, 46, and 66. Then the last line is 19, which is already taken, so the 26, the 36, 43, and 58. So again, I'm going to make these red. Now I'm going to count how many red numbers I have on my game card. So over here I got 5, 3 are 8, 3 are 11, and 3 are 14. And the reason why I have 14 is because this 19 came up twice within the red area. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the orange. We're going to transfer these 20 numbers over as orange numbers. Okay, so I got the 15, 17, 18, 47, and 57. The next line down is the 27, 28, 37, 50, and 57. 57 is taken. The next line down is the 1, the 27, which is taken, so the 32. The 47 is taken, so the 67. And the last line is the 14, the 20, 30, 54, and 69. So again, I'm going to make these orange. And to count how many I have, I got 6, and 4 are 10, 4 are 14, and 3 are 17 orange numbers. Okay, so now I move on to the green, and then the blue, and again, whatever's left over is purple. But you can see I already did the game card for the 3rd, so I'm just going to copy and paste. And you can see I had 14 red numbers, 17 orange, 9 green, 14 blue and 15 purple numbers. Okay, so why is this important? Okay, through trial and error, I found out with my color code that a very high percentage I get double-digit numbers per color. Okay, so this is very highly unusual that I only have 9 green numbers. Okay, but I want to point out in this orange area, I got the 14, 20, 30, 54, and 69. And those numbers haven't come up at all in this area, so they're going to become green in this next drawing. Okay, so I'll be back into that double digits for the green numbers. Okay, so again, why is this important? Because it's consistency. Okay, and when you think about the lottery, you think about it, how chaotic it is. And to have some kind of consistency in there, I think, is a big first step. Okay, so when you have consistency, then things could get predictable. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to predict what color group will not be coming up. Okay, and all 5 colors, they do come up. It's come up 17 times out of 231 drawings. So it comes up, but it's very rare. And one just came up, so I kind of doubt that one will be coming up anytime soon. Okay, so looking at this, what I decided to do is go with no green numbers. And the reason why is because the first one, there's only 9. And then the second reason is you see a green number has come up in the last 3 drawings, and then there was none. And then it came up in the 5 drawings before that. And then there was no green. And then another 5 drawings. And then no green. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that these green numbers have been just really, really hot. And I'm going to predict that there's going to be no green numbers right here. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all these green numbers off of my game card. Okay, so I'm going to block these numbers out. And when I block out numbers like this means I'm not even going to consider these numbers when I'm picking what I think would be the 5 white winning Powerball numbers. Okay, so if I got this correct, if I got this pick correct, and none of these green numbers come up, then I just reduced the odds for myself, giving myself a better chance of winning some kind of prize in the Powerball lottery here. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next strategy. Okay, so maybe you heard the saying divide and conquer. Okay, so I'm going to try to conquer this here. Okay, so over to the left side here, you can see that here's the numbers. The winning numbers, 11, 19, 21, 29, 52. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the 11 up here at the top and make my way down. And on this line, you can see I made this square green. I made it green because the 11 is green. Okay, so this is how the color code works hand in hand with this. Okay, so for this, well, I guess I first want to say that there's 69 numbers here, and what I did here is I divided the 69 numbers into 7 different groups. Okay, so here's group number 1 through 9. Of course, this is the only group with 9 numbers, where the other 6 have 10 numbers to it for 69 numbers. Okay, so another thing I want to point out is that I like to keep track of every 5 drawings, so this square is good for 5 drawings. Okay, and I did that because it's easier to count, and I'll point that out in a second here. Okay, so what I mean by that is, let's take a look at these numbers in the 10 through 19. Actually, I think I want to go to the 20s. I think it will be easier. Okay, so you can see these 3 red marks here. Okay, and you don't see a red mark for a little while here. Okay, so here's a red, and as I was doing my videos, I was saying, hey, I don't see a red mark. I think a red mark is due to come up. Okay, and finally one did. I think it was the 23. Okay, and then the red mark started to come up, at a regular pace. Okay, so that's what I look for. I look for a color that hasn't come up in a little while, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, I think one might be due here. Okay, so here I see green, blue, and purple, so I don't see any red or orange. So here's the red, and finally here's an orange number down here. Okay, so it's been 3, 8, 13, 18 drawings so far that a orange number hasn't come up. Okay, so let's go take a look at the game card and see what numbers are orange. Okay, so orange numbers are 1 through 9. The only one I have is the 1. So maybe that 1 might be coming up here. Okay, I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to reduce this down so you can see the whole card. Okay, so again, the orange was lagging a little bit here, and the numbers are 1 through 9. So the numbers of 10 through 19, we'll see what we have. I got the red, orange, green, blue, purple. All 5 colors are pretty close to the top, so that's really no help. Okay, so 20 through 29, I got red, orange, green, blue. Purple's a little below, but nothing that's too exciting. And then it's the 30s. I got red, green, blue, orange, and purple. Let's take a look at that purple for the 30s when I get back there. And then for the 40s, I see red, orange. Here's the green, blue. Again, purple's way down here. So purple 30s and 40s. And then here in the 50s, I got red, orange, green, blue, purple. All 5 colors are right here, so no big help. And then for the 60s, I got orange, green, red, blue, purple. Purple's a little bit. So we'll look at the 30s, 40s, and 60s for purple. So I'm going to blow this back up. Go to the game card. And again, in the 30 numbers, I got the 34 and 35 for purple. In the 40s, I got the 41, 42, 45, and 48. And for the 60s, I got the 62 and the 68. Okay, so I keep an eye on all those and just keep those in the back of my mind. Okay, so for the individual numbers here, again, the overall strategy is to eliminate numbers. Okay, and my pick is going to be 10 through 19. Okay, and the reason why is because, again, since I broke this down into 5 drawings, I noticed that the average is 4 hits per group. So when I see something like this where there's been 5 hits and I still have a drawing to go, I look at it and say, hey, it's over average. I don't believe that there's going to be a winning Powerball number here. And for this drawing, I actually got this one correct. Okay, so I'm going to go with numbers at 10 through 19. And again, the reason why is because if I scroll all the way down here, finally here's just one hit that came in, but here's average, another average, 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 above average, average, above average, above average, and kind of way above average because there's 6 here. Okay, so it's just been really, really hot. And because there's 7 groups and only 5 white winning Powerball numbers, I just don't think it could stay hot forever. Okay, so I'm going to predict that none of these numbers are going to come up. So I'm going to eliminate them off of my game card. Okay, so I'll get rid of the 11, 12, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19. So again, if I made the correct picks here and none of these blocked out numbers come up, then the 5 correct winning Powerball numbers still have to be left here on my game card as a highlighted number. Okay, so moving on to the next strategy, I call this my groups. Okay, so here I call this group 4 because I divided all 69 numbers into 4 different color groups. Okay, so I'll just give you a visual on how this works. Okay, so again, the winning numbers were the 11, which is here in the red. That's the only one I have in red, so I'm going to put down this 1. Again, that represents the 11. And then it was the 19, 21, 29 here in the blue. So there is 3 in the blue. And then the 52 was in green. And then there was no winning Powerball numbers in the orange area. Okay, so I hit 3 out of the 4 color groups. And the majority of the numbers were over here to the left side, so I'm going to keep this 3 red. If the majority was over here to the right side, I would color this 3 green. Okay, just to give me some separation. And the reason why I do that is to me it's like flipping a quarter. Okay, how many times can it come up heads before it comes up tails? You know, same here. It's either red or green, and here I see a bunch of green. So how long before it starts becoming red? Okay, so that's what I look for. So this 0, there was no winning Powerball numbers here in the orange area. So if I could have correctly guessed that, I could have eliminated all these numbers in the orange area off of my game card and gave myself a much better chance at winning some kind of prize in the Powerball lottery. Okay, so moving on. I have 7 of these option cards. And then at the end of the 7, I have an overview of all 7 option cards. Okay, so I'll just show you each one individually. And if you're playing at home, then you would say, hey, I think it's going to be the green. You get rid of all these green numbers off of your game card. Okay, so here's the overview of things. Okay, so in the last drawing, there was 5 hits and 2 zeros in the red, 1 0 in the blue, 5 zeros in the orange, and 3 zeros in the green. Okay, so this means there was 1 blue mark right here, and there was 11 zeros among all 7 option cards, which is very rare because you can see that it's usually single digits. And then have double digits like this. This is, you know, a big wasted opportunity, let's just say. Okay, so again, I want to eliminate numbers, okay? But I look at this and I say, okay, what kind of information can this give me that will, you know, give me some benefits here, okay? And what I found out is by keeping track of every 3 drawings like this and then putting a color to it, I noticed that a triple hit comes up a lot. Okay? As you can see, there's no zeros at all. Well, here's one right here. So most of the time, a triple hit comes up. So I have 1 opportunity here in the blue for a triple hit, and they usually come up. So I'm kind of thinking that one of these numbers here in the blue area are going to come up. Okay, so I'm going to put a red mark here, saying that I think there's going to be a hit. Okay, so I'm going to move on, okay, to my group 6. And the thing about group 6 here is, you know, well, I guess I first want to point out that I have group 4, 6, 8, and 10. And the reason why they're all even like that is so I could do the majority thing, okay? Is the majority going to be on the left side or is it going to be on the right side? I certainly can't do that with a group 5 or a group 7, you know? So that's why I have all even numbers like that. Okay, so this is all updated. And, you know, the first thing I like to do is look over here. And this tells me that the majority of the numbers have been coming up over here to the right side. And I'm thinking that this is going to be a red number. So if this is red, the majority of the numbers will be over here to the left side. So I'm going to look over here on this side to predict where I think the 0 is going to be. Okay, so let me point something out here. I'll go over these in a second. Okay, so I went through and I picked out a bunch of cards where I thought there was going to be a hit to it. Okay, so I think the 18, 19, 27, 31, 32, 52, 53, 54, 55, 62, 64. I believe that one of these, what am I doing? I said red, but I actually mean purple numbers. Sorry about that. I think the 4, 13, 21, 22, 26, 33, 34, 41, 43, 50, 51. I believe that one of these purple numbers will be coming up. Okay, so I'm going to transfer this game card over to the right. And I'll show you why. Okay, so here I have a bunch of numbers that I picked out. So let me go back here. Again, it was the 4, 13, 21, 22. And here I got the 4, 13, 21, 22, all the way to the 43, 51, 50, 51. Okay, the 43, 50, 51. Okay, so this is all these numbers right here. Okay, so basically what I'm saying here is I'm going to knock these numbers out, but I need to keep at least one of these alive. Okay, let's just call it alive. And because I think that there's going to be a winning number in here. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to get rid of all the blocked out numbers off of here. So I got the 2 and the 3. I'll get rid of those first. Okay, I just put a blue mark here just saying I don't think they're going to come up. Okay, and then the 10 through the 19. So I'll get rid of the 15, the 11, 12, 13. Another 13. 12, 16, 18, 19. Again with the 12. The 3. 11, 15. 10, 11, 12, 13. Got the 14 here, and okay, so automatically here I got the 1 or the 4 that I have to keep. I have to keep one of these alive, if not both. Okay, so I got more to do. I got the 33, 40, 61, 63. So there's the 33. Here's another one. 61. Okay, so I'm all caught up. So again, in each and every one of these lines, I believe there's going to be a winning Powerball number to it, so I can't knock them all out. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to go back here to number 1. Again, I think that this is going to be a red number. So I'm thinking this purple is going to have the 0 to it. Okay, so I'm going to mark it blue. And I mark it blue like this so I can come back and I can say when I'm updating it, hey, did I get these numbers correct? Or did one of them come up and burn me? Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the 9, 10, 11. Which I know the 10, 11, 17 are already gone. So I'll get rid of the 9, 21, 22, 25, 26. So I'll get rid of 9, 22, 21, 22, 25, 26 off of the game card. And make sure I get that 17 as well. It's already gone. Okay. So then it's the just a square 49, 50, 58, 59. And I'll get rid of all those as well. Okay, so I need to get rid of the 9. Any 9s? I got 1. Then the 21, 22. the 25, 26. And the 33, I think I already got rid of that. The 49.50. And I think that's about it. Okay, so I'll get rid of those. And again, hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so moving on. I'm kind of thinking that this is going to be a red number right here, so I think the majority of the numbers will be over here. And a 000 hasn't come up in a while. You can see that. It definitely goes on streaks of missing streaks, but I don't know, maybe it's due to come up. So I'll go with another purple. And I'll get rid of the 6, 14, 26, 32, 34. I say the 22, 6, 14, 26, 32, 34. So I'll get rid of the 6, 32, 34. Okay, so I think I got rid of them all here. And again, hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so moving on. Again, I'm kind of thinking that this is going to be a red number. This purple has been just awful, really, really hot. I think that this is going to be a blue mark, which means there has to be a 0 right here. So I'm going to go with this purple as well. And I get rid of the 35 to the 65 and then the square. So I get rid of the 35, 36, 37, 38, 47, 56, 65. And then I get rid of the 57, 66, 67. And hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so I get rid of the 35. Get rid of the 36. The 37. And I believe that's it. And again, hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so moving on. Okay, so this purple, I thought there was going to be a hit to it, like I already explained. But now I'm looking at this green. I kind of like this green right here. Actually, I kind of like the yellow because of the 000 opportunity. You can see a 000 hasn't come up in a while, so Hopefully it's due. And I'll get rid of all these yellows. Okay, the 14, 15, 16, 20. So I get rid of the 20. And then the 35, 44, 49, 59, 61, 63, 69. So I get rid of the 44 and the 69. Okay, so I get rid of those. Okay, the 61, 63, 49, 59 are all gone. Okay, so moving on. Here I thought there was going to be another hit in the purple. I see that it's all red, so I think that this is going to be a green number, which means I believe that the majority will be over here. So I'm kind of looking at this orange to be a blue mark, and I think I'll go for it. Okay, so I'll get rid of the 8, the 36, 37, and all these numbers down here, the 48, 58, 66. So I'll get rid of the 8, the 45, 46, 54, 55, 64, and the 48. And hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so here's the 46, here's the 45, the 55. I'll get rid of the 55 and the 64. Okay, so I got the 29. I got to keep one of these things, so I think the 29 is going to come up. And up here, I think it's going to be the 5. Okay, so I got the 5 and the 29. Okay, keep on going. Well, first thing that I look for is the 000 opportunity here. I got 2 of them. It's funny how it comes up 3, then a hit, 3, then a hit, 3, then a hit. I think I'm going to go back to this purple for a triple hit. Triple miss, I mean. Okay, so I like the 5 and the 29. So I gotta make sure this purple doesn't knock out the 5 or the 29, and it doesn't, so I'm gonna go for the purple. And I'll concentrate on the 39, 40, 48, 49, 58, 59. So I'll get rid of the 39. And then the 53, 62. And I guess that's it. Okay, so moving on. Here I got 2 more 000 opportunities. I'm kind of thinking that this is going to be a green number, so I think the majority will be over here. So I'm kind of looking at this orange. 000 hasn't come up in a long time. I think I'll go with the orange. The 5 and the 29 are safe. So I'll get rid of the 2, 3, 12, 13, 7, 8, 16, 17. So I'll get rid of the 7. And then I get rid of the 41 to the 68. So I get rid of the 41 and the 68. Okay, so this leaves the 52. Okay, so far I like the 5, the 29, and the 52. I got the 4, 51, 60, 60. What? The 68 should be gone. Okay, we're getting down there. Certainly kind of like the 1 and the 4 and the 51. But we'll keep on going. I'm all done with this group 7, so I'll move on to group 8. Again, the 000 comes up a lot. And I have an opportunity here in the purple. And I think I'll go for it. I think I'll go with this purple. And I'll get rid of the 42 and 43, I think. And hopefully those numbers do not come up. Okay, so moving on. And here's one of the ones that I thought were going to have a hit to it. And there's that 29. Okay, for a 000 opportunity, I have one here in a pink. Hasn't come up in a while. Maybe it's due, hopefully. So I will get rid of that 51 and 60. And that will leave the 4. Okay, so I just need one more. It's either the 1 or the 30. The 1 or the 23. So I'm just going to get rid of the rest. And I'm kind of liking the 1. So I'll get rid of that 23. Okay, so now I'll get a Powerball number. Okay, so again, the Powerball number was the 17. Okay, so looking at this, I got 4 numbers here. I keep track of every 5 so I could have the majority. And going down through this, you can see the majority of 3 to 2 comes up the most. Okay, so I'm thinking that this is going to be 3 to 2, which means I think this is going to be a blue number. Okay, so let me explain this. There's 26 red numbers for the Powerball numbers. So I just divided them into 2 on this side. So if you see a blue number, that's low, 1 to 13. If you see a red number, that's high, 14 to 26. Over on this side, I just divided the numbers into odds and evens. So if you see a red number, that's odds. If you see a black number, that's evens. Okay, so I think that this is going to be a blue number, which means I think it's going to be low. Since odds had all this, kind of like a winning streak. Well, I'm thinking that, this is going to be 3 to 2 as well. 3 to 2 comes up the most. I think it's going to be 3 to 2, so I think it's going to be an evens number. Okay, so I think it's going to be a low even number. So I'm probably going to go with the one that hasn't come up in a lot. Okay, so come up in a while. So I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 to choose from. Okay, so here's the 8, here's the 4. Here's the 2, the 10, here's the 12. So the only one that's left is the 6. And you can see that 6 hasn't come up in a little while, so I'm going to go with the 6. Okay, so I'm going to go with the Powerball numbers of 1, 4, 5, 29, 52 in the Powerball number 6. Okay, so I think Sherlock Holmes said it the best when he said it's a matter of deduction. So if, and that's a big word here, if these blocked out numbers don't come up, then these 5 highlighted numbers have to come up. Okay, so let's go over the odds. The odds of getting all 5 white ball numbers and a red ball correct are 1 in 292 million. Okay, my game is geared up for the white balls mostly. Okay, I love to win the grand prize, of course. But just to get the 5 white balls correct, it's 1 in 11,688,000. Okay, so if you could get all 5 white numbers correct, it pays $1 million. If you play the power play, it gives you a $2 million prize. Okay, so that $2 million prize is there every single drawing. Okay, so another great prize to win would be 4 white ball numbers and a red ball. That pays $50,000 plus the power play if you play it. And you can see the odds of winning that are just about 1 in a million. Okay, so I like to play responsibly, so I have a budget. I spend $3 on the Powerball ticket, and there's 3 drawings per week. And there's 52 weeks in the year, so if I were to play every Powerball drawing for the year, I will spend $468. Okay, so in closing, I'd just like to thank you for watching. Again, you can support my game through my Patreon page at patreon.com/decoding the Powerball. And if you'd like to give me any feedback, then please email me at decodingpowerball@gmail.com. Again, there's no "the" in there. It's just decodingpowerball@gmail.com. And as always, with $159 million on the line, I want to wish you the best of luck with your picks.